The National Water and Sewage Authority (NWASA) hereby notifies the public of the enforcement of restrictions on water usage supplied by NWASA effective May 12, 2024 and covering the following activities. 1. Irrigation and watering of gardens, lawns and ground. 2. Washing roadways, pavements, paths, garages, outrooms, or vehicles with the use of hoses. 3. Filling of swimming pools and ponds. And 4. Any other purpose that, in the opinion of the authority, requires the use of a considerable or excessive quantity of water. This decision aligns with the Water Services Regulations SRO 41 of 1993, subsection 9(1), which empowers the authority to issue notices prohibiting either entirely or subject to specified conditions and for such duration as deemed necessary or expedient the use of water supplied by or obtained through the authority's pipelines in the event of water scarcity due to drought or other causes. The public is urged to adhere strictly to these restrictions and to cooperate with NWASA in conserving water during this period.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
All right, and we have to say welcome to one and all to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and of course, we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. We're saying hello to all the people who are here for the first time, and as well to the usual suspects, those of you who are always on the program. We are saying hello to you. Your presence is always appreciated. We are happy that you're here with us over and over again. Tonight we talk about NWASA and its efforts to equitably distribute water to our needing communities as we continue to experience extreme dry conditions. We haven't had a rain in a while. We got some a little bit of drizzle today, nothing to talk about. So this has become a dire situation, and as the days go by without rain, the situation gets worse. Woman charged for possession of illegal firearm and ammunition. We'll talk about that as police also investigate weekend shooting incidents. We'll talk about that. It seems like once a month started, and the starting of the gun amnesty, the situation has not improved. Government set to acquire building for state-of-the-art agro-processing plant. We have more to talk to you about on tonight's program. GFA Premier League 2024 to 2025 season has begun. quite a few things to talk to you about on the program tonight. We ask you to brace yourself. Of course, invite someone to log on to today's program. Of course, we are also streaming live simultaneously via our YouTube channel. You can simply search Mikey Hutchinson or Mikey Live. CXE probing issue regarding distribution of examination papers. When does it end? Folks, we got to let you know the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Quartz, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors. Of course, we've got the Beacon Insurance on board as well. So brace yourself, share the business. Remember that through Digicel, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit. So that lucky person might just be you. Go ahead and share the business. We're coming back, and when we come back, it's going to be real news in Ole Lili Lolo. So, family, brace yourselves. We'll be back.
Join the discussion on Grenada's revised national poultry policy. Stakeholders in the poultry industry are invited to a national consultation on May 16, 2024 at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. This policy impacts farmers, businesses, and consumers alike. Your voice matters. Let's work together for a thriving poultry sector.
That's right. Let's work together for a thriving poultry sector. Of course, we want to say good day going out to all the mothers. Happy belated Mother's Day greetings to you. Of course, I'm hoping that you had a blast. That those who, were tasked with the responsibility of taking care of you for the weekend, that they did well with that. All right. So happy Mother's Day to you. Now, they say it was not a responsibility of the husbands to take care of the wives. It was the responsibility of the children to take care of their mothers. They say it is not Wives' Day, it is Mother's Day. So the mothers are to be taken care of by the children. I don't know about that. I'm staying far from this. Before we go further, the picture on the screen talks to us about what's happening at Real Value IGA Supermarket with their weekly savings. All right, Pearl. We're talking about the pancake syrup. All right. Now, this pancake syrup is what I use, and that thing is of the shizzle. It is part of the weekly deals for this week. It goes down by $9.55. It's a saving of $9.55. You are now paying, instead of $29.50, $19.95. All right, that's the pancake syrup, the 24 ounce. So go check it out at Real Value IGA Supermarket. Remember, it's part of the weekly deals. Right. So what we have for you, well, we told you about that last week. So we're just letting you know that things continue to get better at Real Value IGA Supermarket when it comes to the deals. All right. Now, the water situation continues to become a problem, not only for Grenada, but I'm now seeing that it is happening around the region. So I tried, as I would in times of crisis. It's not something that we boast about, but we just step into action whenever there's a crisis. So I tried to source water from one of the Caribbean islands, so that we can get it. So maybe at 2 containers or so. So I had initial conversations with one of my counterparts in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to initiate the process. And it turns out that St. Vincent and the Grenadines are having the same challenge as Grenada. Now, if we have to take you back with our situation Sunday gone, that was yesterday, was the initiation of the restrictions. In other words, there's very little that you can do when it comes to the use of water that is supplied by Nawasa. So in other words, it's only for essential purposes. No more washing of your vehicles and things like that with hoses or so. No more washing down of your pavements, filling off your swimming pools and so, because of the current water situation. We are out of water. And one would have thought that it was a Grenada situation. Again, it turns out to be as well a Trinidad situation, a St. Vincent and the Grenadine situation, a regional situation. In fact, we're not getting rain, and so too are the other islands. So there are restrictions that's been implemented in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well. As they are now rationing. They are rationing water just as we are rationing water. Again, that's until probably we get some rain. It's been weeks since we gotten any rain that we can actually talk about. In some cases, we hear customers complaining of not having water for as long as 5 to 7 days. As Water tries to mitigate the situation, trucks all over the island, we see distributing water to the affected communities. Now, all of the communities are affected, but some communities are more affected than others. So you would find that you hear about trucks and so on being in some of the communities more than other communities, and you're wondering why. It is because there are some communities, according to NAWASA, that is affected more significantly than other countries. Now, we have been able to obtain a map that was supplied by NAWASA to give an idea as to some of the more affected areas, and by now you should be able to see that on
NAWASA, unfortunately,
on your screen. Let me see if I can zoom that up. So here you go. You can see some of the areas in the red in particular. That signifies, the most significant, significantly dry or water depressed areas. That is not to say that other areas are not affected, but of course these are the more affected areas. And I know that NAWASA, they were engaged in going around, all right? They were more engaged in going around getting pictures and somewhat analyzing the situation at some of the dams. In fact, I know tonight too that they were supposed to have a program on one of the TV stations. So that's part of the information process. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a serious situation that we are currently facing here in Grenada, and we are hoping that at some point in time, not in the not too distant future, that we'll be able to get some water. It's a good time to encourage persons to conserve water as much as possible. So when you're washing, when you're bathing, things like that, use a little less. There are some people who have not had a proper shower in days, and like literally in days, and they ain't shame about it no more because it's a situation that they have no control over. You understand? It's a situation that has become so bad that, it is what it is. We are hearing that today the Royal Grenada Police Force, the Royal Grenada Police Force, they have utilized over 100,000 gallons of treated water. And that has helped create a bigger problem. But they have no choice because it's in their efforts to extinguish some of the bushfires that we have been experiencing. So on one end, you have a lack of water. And on the other end, because of the dryness, you would find that you're getting more fires that are going out of control. Some of these fires are set by individuals, and in some cases they say, well, these fires, they start up on their own. You understand? So, yep. I know that recently the police, they charged 2 women. You understand? As the police continue to express their concerns with people burning stuff. Well, the fire department of the Royal Grenada Police Force said that they are extremely concerned about the number of persons setting fires about the place. And that's in direct violation of the relevant laws, and it's in defiance of the no burn policy that has been implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture. Now, the police will, they say, aggressively effect the law in this regard. On Wednesday, 8th May, that's last Wednesday, Joycelyn Ventu, who is a 78-year-old retiree of Bolio St. George. Well, the police is making joke in truth, because we're talking about a 78-year-old retiree, you know. Yep. You understand? They say that a 78-year-old retiree of Bolio in St. George was charged. And that's with the offense of setting fire without notice given to neighbors. And she was granted bail in the sum of $3,000 with one surety. You understand? In a similar incident on Thursday 9th, so that's one day later, Donna James, another woman, 33 years old, a chef of Grandin St. George, was charged with the offense of setting fire to bushes without notice given to neighbors. Now, she was granted bail in the sum of $4,000 with one surety. Both women are to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on the 18th. Understand? That's next week. The Royal Grenada Police Force reminds the general public that we must all act responsibly in order to minimize the multiplicity of adverse effects of the severe dry season. Anyone in doubt about the right to burn, you may contact the Ministry of Agriculture. You may also contact the fire department, or you can also call the nearest police station. So a serious situation. You understand? They say don't burn and don't burn. If you find yourself burning, well, you're going to be in problems. So, and I'm just showing you that we are dealing right here with a twofold problem. Pictures started circulating from the Granitan Lake. Y'all know the fishes will be all up here. All up here the fishes be. Look at this. Unseen. I've never seen it like that. I'm not saying it has never been that way. Granitan, you know. That's how depleted water has been there. And it gets worse. Because that was over the weekend. So by now, it's worse. I also saw a video coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. Similar situation. The man says, well, I never see that like that before. I don't know when last I see a place like that. You know, dams and rivers, lakes, ponds. What's going on? What's going on, people? We thought it was a Grenada thing, and we thought it was a Nawasa thing. But clearly not. Clearly not. God help us. God help us. You understand? Father, help us. Because we do not know when we're going to get some rain. And it's going to be worse tomorrow than it was today. And the day after, well, the day to come. So you understand what's happening here? Anyway, don't worry, man. We'll get some rain. We'll get some rain. Don't worry yourself. We'll get some rain, okay? Ah, boy. We are moving on. All you. So the next thing that we want to tell all you, okay? The Barbados-based Caribbean Examination Council, CXE, says it has commenced investigations into the circumstances surrounding an issue which occurred with the distribution of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, the CSEC Principles of Accounts Paper 2, at specific centers. Well, like that was happening like every year, same problem. CXE understands that any uncertainty around examinations can cause anxiety, and we wish to assure candidates and parents that these matters are treated with the highest urgency. Once we have completed our investigations, the appropriate action will be taken, CXE said in a brief statement without giving any further details. Last week, CXE issued a statement denying reports on social media that an examination paper was leaked. In its statement, CXE said it has been made aware of information being circulated on social media which suggests that an examination paper had been leaked. CXE wishes to advise, it said, candidates that this is a hoax. CXE frowns upon attempts by the persons to spread false information and create panic for candidates preparing for examinations on court. In May of last year, CXE identified Jamaica as the country where its Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC Math Paper 2 examination paper had been leaked. So we find that, oh boy, like almost every year, we are having this problem. We are having this problem. You understand? They're leaking. What are they leaking the thing for? Eh? Okay. May 13th, well, that's today. We are hearing from the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment, the Renewable Energy, and so. We are understanding that they will host a national consultation for solar PV stakeholders this Thursday. You understand? So we are hearing that the consultation aims to bring together key stakeholders from across the solar PV industry, and that is to engage in meaningful discussions, share insights, and collaborate on strategies to advance the adaptation and utilization of solar PV technology. Photovoltaic technology, PV. So that's a good thing. You understand? I think that we need to move a little quicker on the business, because that's something I think that everyone should consider. Everyone. Solar. Under my government, fellow Grenadians, I will ensure that every new house being constructed will be outfitted with at least 800 gallon water tank. Further to this, I will ensure that every new house being constructed, every new structure, be it residential or commercial, will be outfitted with some degree of solar technology. That's in an aim to reduce our carbon footprints, one, and with regards to water, become more resilient and avoid situations like we are facing now under my government. Jano! We are moving on. All you. Over the weekend, gunshot ring like bell. Gunshot ringing like bell. And we are talking about right after the implementation of our gun amnesty. Gun crimes gone mad. Me don't know what to take place in the place. I don't even know what's going on, people. It's crazy. It's frightening. You understand? It's madness. You know, we even heard of a woman. We even heard of a woman being charged as well. Karen Regis, who is a 41-year-old vendor of St. George, was charged with the offenses of possession of firearm and possession of ammunition. And these charges were brought against Miss Regis after one Firebird 9mm pistol and a magazine with 2 rounds of ammunition were found at her home during an operation conducted by officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department on Friday. According to police in this dispatch, Ms. Regis made her first court appearance today, Monday 13 May 2023, at the St. George's Magistrates Court and was granted bail in the sum of $50,000 with 2 sureties. Now, as part of her bail conditions, she must surrender all travel documents, must seek permission from the court to leave the state of Grenada, and report to the Central Police Station every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. According to police, she is scheduled to return to court on Tuesday, 17th September 2024. So we're not sure of the circumstances surrounding this discovery, but I'm just saying the fact is, you understand? Now, as I was telling you about gunshot ringing, The Royal Grenada Police Force said that they are investigating reports of 3 separate shooting incidents which occurred on the weekend. Like, how you mean? Three separate shooting incidents on the weekend. And that resulted in 4 men sustaining injuries. Like how? Like why it is by? One of the incidents occurred during the early hours of Sunday, 12 May 2024 at Grand Anne, St. George, in which 3 males were shot and they were taken to the General Hospital for medical attention, where one of them, Von Cyrus alias Wangi, 28 years old of the Carenage, St. George, succumbed to his injuries. In other words, he died. According to police in this dispatch, again, preliminary information revealed that the 3 victims were in the vicinity where they were attacked by 4 masked men. The commissioner and members of the Royal Grenada Police Force say that they'd like to extend condolence to the family and friends of the deceased. In another incident on the night of Saturday, 11th May 2024, one man was brought into the Princess Alice Hospital for medical attention. He had gunshot wounds to his body. The victim has since failed to inform police of the circumstances which led to him being shot. Again, the victim has since failed to inform, fail or refuse. There's a difference in failure and refusal. One is an act, one is an omission. Come on, let's do the language. So he has failed to inform police of the circumstances which led to him being shot. Including the location of the incident. Yes, I know. Lock it and throw away the key. Now, he was subsequently transferred to the General Hospital where he's been admitted as a patient. Yeah, man, taking on the grave by telling me. Police are investigating, they say, another incident which allegedly occurred during an event at the River Sally St. Patrick on Sunday. You understand? It was reported that several gunshots were fired. And one man is currently in police custody, who they say is assisting them with their investigations. So, what do you think? We have a comment section. Is happening? What's happening here with the elevation or with the prevalence of gun-related crimes happening in Grenada? This surge started about a year or so ago, just about, and it has not stopped. In fact, it has gotten worse. And we predicted that here, that it will get worse. Not that we want it to get worse, but based on, you know, the countermeasures and all of that, you can project, you know, what can happen or what is likely to happen. You know, but it's frightening. You hear people saying they don't want to go here, they're afraid to go there. I hear Virgin say, well, you wanted to go on like a session weekend come in, but you don't know if you want to do that because of what's happening these days. When crime escalates, the economy contracts. And that is something we don't want. That is something we don't want. And again, we are forewarning those concerned that maybe we need to overlap gun amnesty with another countermeasure. All right? Another countermeasure on top, overlapping the gun amnesty. in order to aggressively arrest the situation that we are currently being faced with. You know, I don't think the authorities is a cause of what we are experiencing. So it's not that they are the cause of it, as some people are suggesting, but it is our responsibility. That's part of, you know, what we signed up for. It's our responsibility to create countermeasures as strategic and as aggressive as possible to arrest what is happening now. Okay? Because what I'm seeing here is not looking good. I think we are up to 9, if I'm not mistaken, about 9 homicides for the year so far. In the past 2 or so weeks, how many persons that have died as a result of gun violence? About 3. Right? And the majority, if not all, of these homicides, I know one of them was with a sharp object that was about a month ago or maybe less, where the person who inflicted the wound was not charged because it was in self-defense. But the majority, if not all of the others, are as a result of gun violence. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not good. Moving on. Not that you don't know. You already know that. So the next thing that we have to tell you about as we move on. Yeah, the thing doesn't make me nervous. You understand? Because you understand? It's not looking good. You know what we head by. Anyway. The National Water and Sewage Authority, as we come back, they say that they are making significant strides in bolstering Grenada's water infrastructure with the arrival of crucial materials for constructing storage tanks across the island. And I know a lot of people want to hear that. You understand? So the development marks a pivotal step forward in the implementation of climate-resilient water sector in Grenada GCRU's project, aimed at fortifying the nation's water supply system against challenges posed by climate change. With a focus on enhancing water storage capacity at strategic locations, this initiative underscores the urgency of adapting to evolving environmental conditions for sustainable water management. And we have this little excerpt that we would like to share with you at this moment.
4 massive 500-gallon water storage tanks will soon be installed at strategic locations across the island as NWASA prepares to roll out the second phase of the GCRU's project, Group 1. Network expansion and increased water storage capacity will be the major outputs, representing a crucial step towards enhancing the resilience of Grenada's water infrastructure, particularly in combating challenges posed by the water shortages during dry season intensities. Assistant Manager of NWASA's Planning and Development Department, Lyndon Bullen, explains that this tangible progress follows a meticulous planning and procurement process.
And we are at a stage where procurement process is more or less completed, materials are on site, and works are actually getting implemented at this moment. The tank base is already being prepared, so that means extensive excavations were already completed, and now with these materials arriving to site for the tank construction, we can finally see some tank construction being taken place in the next few weeks.
The arrival of the tanks is crucial for the success of the project, and head of GIZ, Marion Guys, is excited about this new development.
This is really a great day. We're finally having the first tanks on the island. So these are hurricane-proof water tanks that can hold for several days water, and they're financed by the Green Climate Fund as part of the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada project, which is a joint finance project by the GCF, the Green Climate Fund, the German Environmental Ministry and the Government of Grenada. And together with Nawasa, we as GIZ are very excited to see that this is just a first fraction of what the component 3 of the water infrastructure that we're putting up on the island.
Tank construction will be undertaken by the Florida Aqua Store. Representative Wayne Sinanan provides insight into the construction process, highlighting the meticulous attention to detail and safety measures employed to ensure the durability of the tanks.
After the foundation is done, the tank is built from the top down. This is possible with our specialized jacking equipment. This way, we build the first ring, we build the dome, then we jack up the tank, and we put in the other rings. After each ring, we jack it up and we put on the next ring. All our work is at ground level at that point in time. This is a very safe construction method, eliminating the need of having guys to work on heights, on scaffoldings, and all that.
Meanwhile, pipeline installation progresses simultaneously at both Mirbeau and Tufton Hall. Bullen notes that this project is advancing smoothly.
In terms of the pipeline aspect of it, these are already ongoing from late last year. We have Kenny's Trucking being awarded contract in 6.5 million EC dollars, and those are for 3 sites associated with these tanks, Mirbeau, Tufton Hall, and Montrouge, right? So these are ongoing. We are currently seeing between 30 to 40% of pipeline installation already between the Mirbeau and the Tufton Hall sites. And of course, there are some challenges also that we face along the way, but generally we are trying to keep on top of things and making sure that things progress smoothly.
The installation of the first batch of tanks, financed by the Green Climate Fund as part of the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada, G-Cruise project, is a testament to the collaborative efforts of all stakeholders involved. The tanks, designed to withstand hurricane-force winds, are capable of storing water for several days, providing a vital lifeline during times of water scarcity. With the construction underway and the promise of enhanced water infrastructure on the horizon, the G-Cruise project is poised to make a significant impact on Grenada's water resilience.
Thank you very much, Wendy. With the opening of the 2024 to 2025 GFA Premier League season on the weekend, there were wins for the FC Cumberland, Paradise FC International, Queen's Park Rangers, and Hurricanes, all of which were 1-0 victories. With the opening encounter at the Progress Park, the champions, Paradise FC International, found itself struggling, not until the late half when Henson Williams potted the only goal against newly promoted Fontenoy United. Queen's Park Rangers, which earned second place in the last tournament, also found newly promoted Shamrock difficult to pass and was only successful in hitting the net once for a 1-0 victory. FC Cameron secured a 1-0 win over Hard Rock at the Alston George Park. Hurricanes had a 1-goal advantage over Saab Spartans. Hurricanes won 3-2. We got to take a break now. I see that we're running out. In fact, we have run out of time, so we need to take a break. We'll take that break and come back. And when we come back, we'll have for you the national report and as well the weather.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin Diapers, New Bright Laundry Detergent, Allegra Pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
See this? This is water. Essential, irreplaceable. An average person uses 35 gallons of water daily, but sometimes we take it for granted. But what if, like during a hurricane, this faucet runs dry? That's why every household needs a water storage system. Imagine 3 days worth of water supply, always ready for emergency. And when you run low, nature's got your back. You can capture rainwater for use. And that's how you use nature's gift in a smart, sustainable way. So when service gets interrupted, you're not. Until our next flash of Nawasa wisdom, know your household needs and store a minimum of 3 days water supply. Stay water wise and see you next time.
This advertisement is in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Join the discussion on Grenada's revised national poultry policy. Stakeholders in the poultry industry are invited to a national consultation on May 16, 2024 at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. This policy impacts farmers, businesses, and consumers alike. Your voice matters. Let's work together for a thriving poultry sector.
This is the GIS Evening Report for Monday, May 13th, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell calls for inclusivity in promoting a digital economy for Africa and its diaspora at 3I Summit in Ghana, and government set to acquire building in St. David for agro-processing plant. We'll have details to these stories and more after the break.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell encouraged world leaders, investors, and stakeholders at the 3I Africa Summit in Ghana to collaborate and unlock the potential of Africa and its diaspora in boosting significant change within the digital economy. The summit, organized by the Bank of Ghana and the Development Bank of Ghana, convenes world leaders to discuss the future of fintech, which involves the use of technology to deliver financial services. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, fintech is not only about technology, but about building solutions that uplift populations and businesses while protecting the vulnerable. He said the summit is crucial in driving meaningful change towards a technologically inclusive future.
The tiny island of Grenada stands with Ghana in recognizing the vital importance of this summit's themes: innovation, investment, and impact. These principles are fundamental pillars upon which we must build our future. In a rapidly evolving fintech landscape, this summit is a crucial opportunity to harness our shared knowledge and purpose to drive meaningful change. We recognize that the convergence of innovation, investment, and impact presents a unique opportunity to reshape our economies and our societies.
Prime Minister Mitchell calls for cross-border partnerships to unlock the potential of fintech. He outlined some of the benefits that await countries in an innovative, impactful, and investor-friendly future.
By fostering partnerships and learning from each other, we can collectively unlock the potential of fintech to address issues like access to credit, reducing the unbanked population, and streamlining cross-border transactions. The challenge of our unbanked population in Africa and the diaspora stems not only from the colonial patterns of banking and financing, but even from modern-day dictated policies from countries in the West. In the Caribbean, for example, many of our citizens are unbanked because it is actually impossible to open a bank account. Whether it's anti-money laundering policies that are imposed on you, anti-terrorist financing policies that are imposed on you, and a host of other regulations that are dictated to you. By forging partnerships across borders, here on the continent and beyond, we can tackle challenges like regulatory alignment, digital literacy, and cybersecurity. These are not isolated issues, but are global ones that require unified solutions.
The Global Summit concludes on May 15, 2024. In a bid to bolster agricultural processing capabilities, government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, is prepared to acquire a building at Lacolome St. David to establish an advanced agro-processing plant. This follows a recent evaluation of the building by Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Lennox Andrews, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Alva Brown, and technical officers. The building, which previously housed a pharmaceutical business, was abandoned for more than a decade. Recognizing the potential of this infrastructure, the government aims to repurpose it to support the island's agro-processing sector. The envisioned agro-processing plant will not only provide modern facilities, but also offer comprehensive support to local agro-processors. This initiative is anticipated to result in an increase in both output and quality of agricultural products for domestic, regional, and international markets.
The land belongs to government, but the property was constructed by the investor. Our intention now is to acquire the building and to use it as an agro-processing facility to allow our agro-processors to have a place where they can come and process their agricultural products. Of course, there are some legal issues involved, so we are working through those legal issues. And once we are out of those legal issues and the acquisition take place, we can put in place our plan for the use of the building for our local agro-processors. If the legal matters can be resolved within a month or two, we can immediately afterwards start the process of redesigning and preparing the whole place for what we want to do. So let us say that, by the beginning of next year, we would like to see this place become fully operational.
Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Lennox Andrews. Chief Analytical Chemist at the Produce Chemist Lab, Irwin Henry, spoke to the inability of agro-processors to access sufficient equipment to support the agro-processing industry.
So at the Produce Chemist Lab in Tantin, we have a small pilot plant. Now that pilot plant is more for research and product development. But over the years, what we'll have seen that when persons come and do training at the Produce Chemist Lab and they see the equipment, they will ask to utilize the facility. But the facility, as I said, is a pilot facility. It's not really suitable for large-scale production. So what our intended purpose, is to, once persons have been trained and the product have been properly developed, then we have this facility properly equipped so persons can continue the agro-processing business utilizing this multi-purpose agro-processing facility.
Acting Chief Extension Officer Lawrence St. Louis elaborated on the facility's safety measures and its potential ripple effect on farmers, noting that increased production and minimal spoilage will benefit farmers across the board.
Once we have acquired the building and retrofitted it, then we would ensure that all of the food safety standards, that we up to all of those standards, and so the agro-processors will now have an opportunity to produce their goods in a place that is state-of-the-art as much as we can, and they'll be able to have storage. You'll be able to, more people will be able to come in because a lot of people are interested in agro-processing. However, they do not have any of the machinery and all of that stuff that they would have, so that they would need. So now they have an opportunity to use a facility that government would be making available to them. Of course, it will come at some minimal cost, and they will be able to get an opportunity to do that. It would also be a good thing for farmers on the other end, because they are the producers of all the raw materials that the agro-processors use. And so farmers now would have an opportunity to sell maybe some of their goods that wouldn't be market standard. Some of those other goods can go into agro-processors, and so we can have less waste and be more sustainable.
This is the GIS Evening Report. More news after the break.
Join the discussion on Grenada's revised national poultry policy. Stakeholders in the poultry industry are invited to a national consultation on May 16, 2024 at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. This policy impacts farmers, businesses, and consumers alike. Your voice matters. Let's work together for a thriving poultry sector.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education is collaborating with USAID for the implementation of the Youth Resilience Inclusion and Empowerment Program and other initiatives. On Thursday, May 9th, the Ministry of Education facilitated a stakeholder consultation for the upcoming implementation of the Grenada Youth Mentorship Program, also known as YRE, at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Annette Moore has more in this report.
On Thursday, May 9th, the Ministry of Education facilitated a stakeholder consultation for the upcoming implementation of the Grenada Youth Mentorship Program, also known as YRE, at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Phelps Feely is the YRE Chief of Party. She detailed the risk factors identified in a recent mixed methods research for youth in Grenada who might be heading towards or away from crime and violence.
Negative peer influence, family dysfunction, anxiety and depression, those sorts of things. And those exact risk factors are the ones that we focus on in terms of our program design and what we're trying to address. We're really interested in working with youth who often slip through the cracks or often can't maintain attendance and participation and engagement with programming that isn't aimed specifically at supporting youth who are facing very significant challenges. And so we want to make sure that our programming does exactly that, and so that those youth also get the chance and to reach their potential and to become positive members of Grenadian society.
With regard to dealing with crime and violence among youth, Feely cited family and community support as the key to preventing youth from engaging in high-risk behaviors.
I think working with young people on a prevention basis, working with the young people who are already in a vulnerable place in their lives in terms of potentially heading towards engagement with crime and violence is really a very effective way at addressing those issues. And so I think that from a kind of community standpoint, though, I think that one of the things that we hold as one of our principles and that the research shows is that families and communities can be a very powerful protective factor around those youth. And so I do think that there's a lot of potential in working with families and working with communities to act as those protective factors.
The Ministry of Education is collaborating with USAID for the implementation of the Youth Resilience, Inclusion and Empowerment Program and other initiatives. Johnny Caliste is the YRE Program Manager.
The Youth Resilience, Inclusion and Empowerment Program is a 5-year program being implemented by USAID. It's part of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative that is support to CARICOM nations to support them in their endeavors to fight crime and violence, both at the regional level and at the local level. YRE in particular is focused with supporting youth and working with the systems that support youth. So objectives include strengthening the support system that provides services to youth, working with school-age youth who are in the school, who have low school commitment, low self-esteem, developing programs to support them, developing youth who have left school for whatever reason, didn't get to complete, supporting them with skills training, TVET, psychological support, and internship opportunities to enter the workforce, and working with communities and parents and families to strengthen the family and community systems.
Chief Education Officer Dominic Jeremiah is pleased that this program is supporting the work of the Juvenile Administration Unit. He thinks it's an important intervention and praised the cross-section of stakeholders present, which included principals, school counselors, school attendance officers, and representatives from the Ministries of Social Development and Youth.
The Juvenile Department have been extremely active trying to look for alternative ways to deal with some of the challenges that we face in the school system. The program that is being presented today is certainly going to give the juvenile unit options that they can now explore to be able to support the work that is going on the ground in our schools across the country. So I'm proud of all the people who are here. I want to express my gratitude to USAID in particular, because they have been doing good work They are supporting the execution of the project, and so we want to thank them for their contribution in helping us shape and fashion the program that we know will benefit our system.
Considering the Government of Grenada's priority on reducing crime and violence among young people, one of WIRI's initiatives is a mentorship program. This will enhance educational outcomes for targeted youth. It will deliver individualized, risk-informed mentoring to youths who have encountered difficulties in their academic journey. Over a meticulously planned 7-month period, 25 mentors will guide 50 students attending secondary schools in WIRI-focused communities. Ernest Richardson is a school attendance officer at the Ministry of Education who sees positive gains coming from this program.
I think it would complement our work because some of the at-risk students that the program would identify, they fall in our purview. So I think definitely we would be able to help because some of the strategies that they have, the mentorship program, it really would help those at-risk students.
Richardson says he would also like to see a spirituality aspect added to the mentorship program to ensure that youth develop an appropriate moral compass. WIRI is expected to create a supportive environment for participants to openly address emotional hurdles, foster positive mental health discussions, and diminish delinquent activities through the use of positive role models. The WIRI program began in 2023 and is in its second year. Caliste gives details on its rollout.
We completed the community mapping, we completed the referral systems assessment, we completed a national risk assessment, and we're moving this year, year 2 and year 3, into programming. So, as you know, we're doing the consultation today for the mentorship program. We have a parenting program that we're also going to be rolling out. We currently have a workforce readiness program for youth between the ages of 16 to 24. We're going to be doing a music and sports program for youth at the community level for behavioral change and sports and music for peace.
This includes working with several stakeholders to provide training and capacity building. Kenny James, principal at the Grenada Boys Secondary School, participated in the consultation and is pleased with the endeavor, particularly its research-driven element.
Now it's clear that the challenges that we are experiencing has its root in community, in family relationships, and so on, and of course poverty. And we have to see how best we can work around that. Understanding that it positions us as educators, as administrators, to tailor the programs we have in school to further assist our students, and also to be part of this approach, which is a mentoring approach. So it's another tool in our toolkit as we attempt to engage and to transform the lives of the young men and women in our care.
James says monitoring and evaluation, as well as effective implementation, can ensure a significant long-term impact. School counselor Sally Charles Palmer is grateful for having the Grenada-specific research, and she is optimistic about the program's future impact.
It is a blessing to know what the research would have shown, and the programs that they're planning to implement will greatly help the school counselors as well as the teachers in adequately catering for the needs of the students. Yes, we have a lot of students at risk, and the mentorship program will help to kind of strengthen the support-based system so that they now have an extra person that they can rely on to kind of avoid some of the risks that are out there. Also allowing them to know that I am not alone. Even though I may not get the support at home, I may not get the support from friends, but here I have somebody who believes in me, somebody who is there to push me, somebody who is there to support me into being the person that I can be, despite all the negatives that is surrounding me.
We work with communities in St. George's, River Road right up to Willis, Belmont across to the valley, Mount Horn, St. Andrews, Black Bay right down to Guelph. So youth within those communities. So the parenting program that Wyrie is going to be rolling out is going to be the only of its kind among the countries that Wyrie is working in, that is Guyana, St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago. It's going to be a program for about 4 months, where parents would be attached to parenting court. Of course, they are specially trained persons who would be recruited to support those parents. And we would be working with the parents of youth who are in various systems, the justice system, the social care system, etc. And parents who have been recognized, who need that additional support to deal with youth who might be engaged in antisocial behaviors.
The Wyrie program manager says sustainability plans are in place so that the achievements of the Wyrie program will continue. For the GIS Evening Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Miss Ayana Bartholomew has been appointed chair following the Carriacou leg of the Sports Council elections. Miss Bartholomew will be assisted by Devon Matheson, vice chair, Mary Benjamin as secretary, and Terence Logan as treasurer. Lyle Booling, Lenroy Jack, and Cassandra Rock has been appointed as directors. The elections form the initial stage to promote the holistic development of sports on a parish level and nationally. The executive body or board of the directors will be paid a monthly stipend to spearhead the reform of sports in its parish. Bartholomew says the future of sports on the Sister Isle is bright. She hopes they will be able to harness the talent of the athletes to produce future Olympians.
My motto going forward, and has always been, securing the future of sports in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Too little, too long, we have been forsaken basically. But now, going forward, as I stand firm at the helm, I hope that all opportunities that are given to the athletes in Grenada will be given just the same for Carriacou athletes, because we have natural talent here, and I intend to harness said talent so that we can have more Carifta and Olympic champions coming from our beautiful Carriacou. 2 students from my school, Jerry and Guy and Keilani Kwashi, those were the 2 athletes from Carriacou who were selected for Carifta 2024. And going forward, we hope that they would be the future Olympians for Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Sports coordinator Curlin Peters, CEO of the National Sports Council Alvin Clouden, Kadisha Ross, secretary of the Secretariat, supervisor and coordinator of election Glenn Alexander and Ray Roberts, respectively, attended the election in Carriacou. This brings us to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Monday, May 13th, 2024. I am Chris Ann Mitchell, saying thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Chrisanne, and the rest of the GIS News team. We now head over quickly to the Met Office for the weather report. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy, but slightly hazy with a low chance of light showers. Tonight's minimum temperature, 26.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Heading over to Tuesday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and slightly hazy with a low chance of light to moderate morning and afternoon showers. Max temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeast, southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Again, winds easterly to east, southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. That's the weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Heading over to YouTube to say hello to the folks who are there. Catherine Ross, Shireen James, Hillary, Celine, Suzanne, Shirley, and everyone else who's Laverne, Denise, everyone who's usually there on YouTube. We want to say hello to you, those of you who are chatting, and those of you who are not. We're saying hello to you. As well, Facebook, we first say hello to Java and the sharing committee, royalty in the house. Hello and thank you for being with us and all that you do. Diana, Hazel, Christy, Bernadette, Veronica, Juan Lewis, Arthur, Adonna, Joseph, Monet, how are you doing? Della and Della and Della. 3 Dellas. Shamin,
Vicky, Jacinta, Jean, Mary, Yvonne, Bernadette again, and Bermuda again, Garvin. Who else is with us? Ansha is always with us as well. 5-star ongoing. Big, and so very loyal to this program. We say hello to you as well. So everyone, hello to you. My mom, belated Mother's Day greetings to you as well. Okay, and everyone else who's a mother and currently is tuned in. We're touching base with you tomorrow, God's will, again around the same time. We're looking forward to seeing every one of you there in one piece. Have a good one. May God bless you and the family. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja, no. God bless, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here again, same time, same place, next day. All right, take care. God bless you.